Hey, what, yeah, you talked to your tech marine, what was his name again? Is he making those rings outside?
Brother Alor? Yeah, I talked to him. He said he's working on a statue in honor of one of our lost venerable dreadnought pilots.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, you mentioned losing the pilot. Is the dreadnought itself okay?
Yeah, but who cares about that? The pilots are brothers and deserve to be remembered. They're honored warriors who should be revered for their services.
Should be remembered and revered, huh? What was the pilot's name?
Brother Harcorial, the former first company of the Sky Dragons, a successor chapter of the White Scars, formed in the 25th founding. He was a good friend of one of our serfs. He often shared stories with the serf. Of course, she died a good 3 decades ago, but his last awakening was about 7 years ago. Alor has been working on the statue since then. It's never good enough, in his opinion.
Huh. I genuinely didn't expect to get that much story out of you. But I need to get on with this video. I've done a list of the models I dislike the most. How about my favorites?
Normally Darren is right here talking to you, but I'm certain you want to jump in, so get on with it.
Yeah, normally, but I need to get in it. So, limits. I'm not going to put the Imperial Agents requisitioned units into this list because Death Watch, Grey Knights, and Sisters of Battle are their own armies. Variant chapters are going to be hit in a quickfire. Some of these are going to be cosmetic levels, some are on a rules level. All of these are just my opinion, but my opinions are the only ones that matter. So, let's start with the Imperium, alphabetically, with Adeptus Sororitas. So, my favorites are one of two. The Mortifiers or the Penitent Engines. I like machines, and in all honesty, I think the Mortifiers look the coolest because dreadnoughts are cools. And this is their dreadnought. Custodians are next. I've got a lot of gold boys, which I make bronze with some oxidized coloring. The best looking model is Trajan Valoris. If you can kit bash a helmet on him, do so, because faces suck to paint. I need to get some thinner paint brushes, though. I'll probably do that today since I got paid Monday. The Mechanicus. I'm gonna be honest, you'd think I'd like the vehicles the most, and I was debating on it, and I won that debate. I like the walkers with the shooters on top, the Sidonian Dragoons with the radium... I'm not saying that word. I know I'll butcher it and say something hilarious. The Imperial Guard is a bit difficult. Tanks are tanks, and that's boring to me. Their dudes are often surprisingly old, but my favorite has to be the Tech Priest Engiseer. It's only because they fix machines. I'm gonna be skipping the variant chapters until we get to the Space Marines, but now the Grey Knights, since they're not Space Marines anymore. My favorites are the Brotherhood Chaplains, because I like the skull masks. I mean, look at them, they're pretty cool. Though most of the models in the Grey Knights really need to be updated. My favorite of the Imperial Agents is obviously Inquisitor Draxus, because she's got Xenobones and a pet burb. Look at that burb! Going into the Knights, we step into Forge World or Imperial Armor. The Knight Lancer. This is the first model I really did any special posing with, so this is obviously going to be my favorite. Plus, it's got a cool spear and a shield. Now, Space Marines. For the general units, my favorite is the Librarian and Phobos armor because cape and hood. Black Templars get the Chaplain Grimaldus because of his silly helmet. Blood Angels have Dante. I don't know why, I just like his depression. My favorite Dark Angels unit is the Inner Circle Companions with their hoods and decorations. For Death Watch, I'm choosing one of their only unique units, the Watch Captain Artemis, though I still think he should have a helmet option like AOS does. And Space Wolves is definitely Bjorn the Fell-Handed. Why? Robot. Now we go into Xenos. First up in the list is the Space Elves, the Eldari. Well, I'll admit, I'm a Knights guy, so the Wraith Knight is my favorite, with the Ghost Glaive variant, making me very happy. They're big dudes with big swords, they tickle my fancy. Drukhari are another army that needs an update, but I think the best has to be the Incubi. I like the melee dudes, okay? But they're entertaining, even if they have 2 stat blocks in their lists, because leader models are different stats for some reason. When it comes to Gene Stealers, I don't love any of them, but the Aberrants are the most unique, and I can see a guy making his own by melting a bunch of other models together. Plus, they can use a damn street sign as a weapon. That's funny. Get stop signed, idiot. Leagues of Votann have a cosmetic look that I really like, and I really do like the Grimnir model. She just radiates charisma in her model form, standing tall, quote unquote, with a Gandalf vibe to her and the ability to lead warriors. She also makes her warriors tougher and can say no to battle shock. Canoptic spiders are so cool for Necrons. They can bring models of scarabs back, which doesn't count towards the reanimation protocol. They're also just cool looking models, though their weapons are pretty shit. The melee being fine, I guess. Orcs don't deserve any love. None. I'm not giving them a good model. They don't deserve any recognition. Now Tyranids, the Lictors are my favorite from lore and from cool model stats. They're also a very strategic unit in the game, as they've got an ability to gain command points and place from reserves for free. Now the Tau Empire. The coolest are the Kroot Rampagers. They're gorilla birds, of course they win. Now we go into Chaos. First is the Daemons. I'll do a speed run here too for each legion, since they may be getting shelved soon. Nurgle gets the Beasts of Nurgles, as they're just giant puppies that don't know they're killing you. Khorne gets Karanak because doggo again. Tzeentch has the Lord of Change because it's a burb and no other reason than that. While Slaanesh can go fuck himself because all his models make me uncomfortable. Okay, I like music, so Infernal and Rapturous can win, but I don't like it. As for Undivided, I'd say the Daemon Prince of Chaos without wings, as it has the most personality to me. Now, for Chaos Knights is the Abominant. I like the whips and mace and the giant Volkite gun, and add in that it's a psychic. This thing just looks cool, acts cool, and can be cool. Where are my Imperial Psyker Knights, James Workshop? CSM have the Chaos Lord, as it's just reeking of aura, with the Death Guard winning with the Biologus Putrefier. The Emperor's Children only have so many, and their winner will be the Lord Cacophonous, screaming, "Come on, feel the noise!" Thousand Suns can go suck a brick, but my favorite is the Zangors because it'll piss off my friend. While the World Eaters, my favorite of theirs is the 8-bound because I wish I was that shredded. Now, some of these are likely the exact same as my most hated models. I don't know, I don't have that script anymore because my computer has very little space to save anything. If it is though, fuck you. I do what I want, this is my channel. I can love and hate something, I have 4 little sisters, I'm used to doing that. Shove off.